Hi guys, it's Hayden Crawford here from the Dreamtime Academy and welcome to today's live Starseed numerology readings. Here we are again, it's Friday, yay, excellent. I'm absolutely delighted to be here and I'm sure you guys as well. We're going to be doing some live numerology readings for you today to brighten up your Friday and to get you in touch with your soul star families. That's what it's all about today. So between 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock Western Standard Time every single Friday, I'm here to give you some free insights into who you really are and what you're here to do. So I'm going to be using the amazing color mirrors behind me as well to be able to reveal some more about your personality, influences and traits and soul purpose and direction and best time to embark on new projects and ventures, as well as your date of birth. So it's going to be absolutely fantastic. I can't wait. All right, so dead easy. All we have to do is leave our dates of birth in the comments section below and I will have a look and I'll try and get through as many of you as I can today. So I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to use my beautiful color mirrors cards here to be able to give you some insights for the day as well. So I'm going to start off by doing that. So I'm just going to pick out, knock the cards 3 times, going to pick out a couple of cards for you for today. All right, so the first one is that copper dragon again. There you go. The copper dragons come in because the copper dragon is called the energy healer. All right. So the reason why the copper dragon is there as the energy healer is because, you know, if you think about it, I mean, everyone always thinks the energy healers are connected with violet energy because the light is coming down from the stars, you know, from the etheric. Blah, blah, blah. But actually, you know, there's a lot of copper energy as well that comes up from the earth. And that's why the energy healer is the copper dragon. All right. So we can use the copper dragon to do that. Gender fluid druids here, and Stephanie Humbray is here as well. Hiya, Stephanie, and Haley's here. Fantastic. And then the other card that I've got for you today is orange sexuality. The orange sexuality cards come up. So orange, I've always been attracted to orange, and orange is always, I never really knew why until I started learning about color therapy. Well, orange is your sexual center, and a lot of the time orange comes up if you're a bit, you know, you're attached to your sexuality in some way. And for me, it was always a bit of a, you know, like a dominant theme in my life was trying to work out first and foremost what sexuality I was, and then once I did, you know, was trying to find the right person to share my life with. So, but this is about your body being your gift, and actually, you know, a lot of people shy away from sex, but really why? Because at the end of the day, that we are sexual beings still. You know, we might be evolving into something different, but you know, our base chakra and our sacral chakra are still very much there, and like we shouldn't ever feel ashamed of using them, you know what I mean? So you know, I reckon that, you know, if you feel sexual, you know, have sex. I mean, how else do we get here? All right, and your third card is physical energy. So it's another red. So we've got 3 sets of red energy there. So this is the red angel, and the red angel comes in for physical energy. So if you've been feeling a bit depleted, you know, if you've been feeling a bit flat and you've got no vitality, the red angel comes in. It goes, right, okay, we're going to give you a boost of your physical energy, you know, so that you can feel like you just got more vigor and you can get things done. All right, and it can also help get rid of pain. So that's your 3 cards for the day, just to set you up for the day. I'm going to have a look at Stephanie's to begin with. Stephanie Hombre. So Stephanie, you were born on the 15th of the 4th. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm just transferring Stephanie's date of birth onto a birth chart. So the 15th of January, February, March, April, 1991. All right, so this is what your chart looks like, Stephanie. So I'm just doing this for you now. So I'm putting your 1s in there, your 2 9s, your 4, your 5. Okay, excellent. Oh, wow, you're a very determined lady. So you have got a day number 6. You're a 9, 10, 19, 24, 29, 30. You're a ruling number 3. So you're all mind numbers. And you're in a personal year cycle 4, 8, 9, 10, 14, a year cycle 5. There you go. So this is Stephanie's. Okay, so Stephanie's is here. Stephanie. So what we can see straight away is your day number 6. Now, 6 six energy, Venusian energy, so it's pink over pink. So this is you. You're all about love and harmony and balance in relationships. You're very creative as well. So Stephanie, you know, you are somebody who's, you know, likes to express yourself creatively. You are all mind numbers. You see, the other thing that you've got going on is your ruling number is a 3, which is coral over coral. So it's all this beautiful sort of pale pink and pale coral energy. And this is really about, you know, expansion and self-acceptance. So what we find with a lot of 3s is they're inspired by lyrics and music and poetry. These are your colors here. So, you know, you've got far more important things to do with your life purpose than just have a normal humdrum day job. That's not really what you want to do with your life. So you're here to live your purpose on the planet, but sometimes you might suffer from a little bit of low self-esteem, low self-confidence, and that type of thing that might need to be worked through. 3s as well are in, it's a mind number, it's left brain, so they're quite analytical, they've got vivid imaginations, and their memory is often stimulated under that transition. So you've got a very creative mind, but you've also got a balance in that, in the fact that your left brain and your imagination is stimulated as well. So that's really, really cool. Now, this year, you are in a personal year cycle 5, which actually means, like, we travel in 9-year cycles in numerology. Mercury is there to influence you, which is this beautiful green over green bottle. So you want space this year. You want to be going off and traveling. You want to go and explore different cultures, different people, different places, and all of that sort of thing. So it's really, really, you know, exciting energy where you want to express yourself. You want to really, you know, put yourself out there in the world, but it can be quite difficult when you're in lockdown, obviously, because of COVID. But this is heart energy as well. So it's about letting go of old masks. And if any part of you wants to still hide, then it can make your life quite difficult. Now, you've also got here what's called the arrow of determination. Now, this is like the 1, 5, and 9. It's that arrow that goes all the way across. So it means you've got great persistence when you set a goal for yourself to see it through to finality. So it's really, really positive energy that you've got. You're also very practical as well and organized. So you've got the influence of the 4, which is the builder number. You know, it's that practical, physical, active, you know, part of your personality. And also you've got the 3 1s, so you can actually be quite a chatty person as well. So I feel like for you in people that you feel comfortable with, you've almost very, very chatty. All right, there are 2 distinct types of people with 3 1s. So the other type is the people that don't even say boo to a goose, but you might be either one or the other. Okay, so a beautiful chart, really. Lots of mind numbers. Ways in which you could rebalance your birth chart would be to open up your intuitive center, Stephanie. So using your indigo energy and actually trying to rebalance your pituitary gland. So maybe doing some meditations and trying to activate your cosmic consciousness would be a brilliant way for you to rebalance. Okay, so hopefully that made sense for you. Remember, this is just some insights based on your date of birth. To get a proper forecast, we have to look at your soul urge and your outer expression number, which is derived from the vowels and consonants in your living name, which I presume would be Stephanie. And then we can get all sorts of extra information to be able to give you a really holistic, you know, sort of reading. All right, so hopefully that made sense. There you go. It was very spot on, says Stephanie. Thank you so much. You're very welcome, Stephanie. I'm really pleased that you enjoyed that. Now, who else have we got with us today? So we've got Thabiso Fadi, a PhD, the 1st of March 1983. Let's have a look at you then. Thabiso, is that, am I pronouncing your name right? Thabiso. And whereabouts are you from as well? Because that's a really unusual name. I've not come across a Thabiso ever before in my life. I presume it's Spanish. It sounds Spanish to me. So we're looking at Thabiso now. Thabiso is the March the 1st of March, January, February, March 1983. Fantastic. All right, so I'm going to get through as many of you as I can today. In today's session, we're going for an hour, so I'm going to be looking at all of your influences and giving you something to contemplate, something to reflect on, and something, you know, to think about. All right, so we're going to look at the Thabisos now. All right, okay, so this is an interesting chart actually, Thabiso. So we can see through here. This is what your chart looks like. All right, so there you go. All right, so what we can see is that he was born on March the 3rd, 1983. So he's got these the two isolated threes. He's got this arrow up the center. Okay, so he's a day number one. So you're a leader, Sabiso. So you've got this day number one, which is actually sun energy, and I'll explain that in more detail in just a second. You're a 9, 10, 18, 19, 20, 21. 24, 25. So you're ruling number 7. All right. And you're in a year cycle 4, 7, 8. You're in an 8. All right. So these are your influences. Okay. So what we want to do is, first of all, we want to look at your ruling number influence, which carries the most weight within your numerology. And that's this bottle here. All right. So this is your ruling number. So it's Neptune. Neptune is the Roman god of the sea. All right, and it's Atlantean wisdom, Thabiso. So actually you've got access to all of this amazing Aquarian sort of watery type Neptunian energy. So this is like the teacher, the spiritual teacher. 7 is somebody who likes to explore the deeper meanings behind life. They're interested in magic, mysticism, miracles, and faith. Turquoise is about faith. It's about trust. It's about trusting. You have to learn through your own experience, Thabiso. So no one can tell you how you can live your life. You have to do it your own way. All right. And actually sometimes that means through sacrifice. So 7's an interesting number because it's almost like it's the 7 colors of the rainbow, the 7 chakras, the 7 wonders of the world. It's a very spiritual number, but sometimes what happens with the 7 is that you have to learn these lessons through sacrificing. So it might be sacrificing something in your life like love, health, or money. And then you learn the lesson, then you can share that with other people. So that's that beautiful Neptunian influence that's massive for you. Okay, so you are a teacher. You are a teacher, somebody who's come here to teach. Okay, what we can also see is that you've got this beautiful day number 1 influence. Now, this is 1 energy here, which is yellow over yellow. It's the sun. Okay, so this is the leader. This is somebody, who can be quite egotistical. So, it can manifest as either dominance or being passive. It's very Leo energy, actually, this. And the 1 is, it's that sort of like, oh, look at me, I'm bright, shiny star and all of that. But they make great leaders. So they make great leaders of companies and things like that. So when you bring that teaching element, that turquoise and that yellow energy together, it creates a brand new beginning. Now, for you, your imagination is really vivid, Sabiso. So you've got these 2 3s which are isolated as well, which means that there's no other numbers around them. So what this means is your left brain, your imagination, your memory, and your analytical side is extremely stimulated. All right, so you've got a very active left brain. So the work that you have to do really is to try and bring your awareness down into your heart matrix and start working on more of that soft, sort of pink energy to be able to open your heart, because you don't have the influence of a number 5 in your numerology. Can you see that? So, sometimes this can lead to a bit of paranoia for you, Sabiso. Okay, so it might be that sometimes you see things in things that aren't really there. You could do with developing your feminine energy, because obviously you've got no 2, which is your intuitive powers. Now, what we can see here is you like to be in control. You're very organized and practical, quite a nurturing guy as well. It's like looking after people, making sure they're okay. And you're very independent as well. You have got beautiful verbal self-expression, but sometimes you react to emotional situations instead of responding to them. And there was difficulties for you during childhood as well. So what we can see here is when you don't have a 4, 5, and 6 in your chart, it means that either your mum and dad's relationship didn't survive, or there's difficulties for you for relationships. In relationships, you might struggle a little bit. It could have been that you felt like you didn't fit in when you were a kid, or there was something that was going on for you when you were a child. This year, you're in your personal year cycle 8, which is brilliant news, because this is where you start stepping into your own power. This is where you start really, learning who you really are and what you're here to do. This is like money can improve this year as well. It's where you become more independent. You step into that beautiful power that you've got. So hopefully that made sense for you today, Sabiso. Let me know if that made sense for you. Leave a few comments below and let me know what your thoughts were. Excellent. So who else have we got? We've got Matt Santi here as well. Hiya, Matt. Nice to see you. We've got Loyal to a Fault Steve, March the 18th, 1966. Jessica Dixon's here as well. And Harmony, March the 29th, 1999, says gender fluid druid. So brilliant. Mary Preston's in the room as well. Mary, nice to see you. Fantastic. And Jasmine Gretor as well. Sorry, I forgot about you there because my sister suggested I have a look at your live readings. My date of birth is the 5th of the 10th, 1991. Jasmine, who's your sister? Who's your sister, Jasmine? I'm going to go to you next. I missed your little message there at the top. Sneaking in there, Jessica, weren't you? Nice to see you, Mary. Yeah, absolutely. Nice to see you as well. So Jasmine, are you still there, lovely? Jasmine, I'm doing you now. All right. Jasmine, you are the 5th of the 10th. Okay, so that's the 5th of October, right? Courtney, you did her reading last week. Fantastic. So you're October born, aren't you? 1991. It's not the other way around, isn't it? Because I know the Americans do tend to you do tend to sort of put the numbers the other way around. Excellent. All right. So you got the 2 9s there. You got the 1 and the 5. Excellent. All right. Okay. So that's awesome. Brilliant. Wow. This is an unusual one. Fantastic. You're in Perth, are you? Ah, fantastic. Perth, Western Australia, 5th of October. Okay, so what we can see there is that Jasmine has got like this big arrow going across, which is called the arrow of determination. So Jasmine, you are somebody that likes to set goals for yourself and see them through to finality. So you've got that chutzpah about you that they've got the persistence to get things done, so you will always do this. You'll always make sure that you are able to get those goals achieved. You are somebody who's quite chatty as well. You've got these 3 1s here as well. So, sometimes in good company, people you feel comfortable with, you let rip and you're a great conversationalist. You know how you feel as well. So you like expressing how you feel. Now, Librans love balance as well and harmony in relationships. And they're the moderators. They're the mediators. So Libran energy is the balance in the zodiac. It's green in color. So it sits right in the center of the color spectrum. So it's in love with the idea of love. It loves romance and things like that. But for you, freedom is really important because you're a day number 5. So we get that because you were born on the 5th. And, the 5 energy is, this energy that really wants to travel. It wants to explore different cultures, different people, places. It wants to express itself. It wants to communicate. It wants space around it. It wants to, let go of old masks that are keeping it small. So mercurial energy is a big influence for you. It's about freedom. So you don't like feeling constricted in any way, shape or form. You've also got these 2 9s as well. Now, the 9s are your humanitarian aspect. So you love to help people. You want to be of service, and you're actually a ruling number 9, 10, 19, 20, 21, 26. You're an 8. So the 8s, I live with an 8. I'm married to a ruling number 8. And the 8 is this gorgeous like lilac over violet color. And it's Saturn energy. So Saturn is old father time. So Saturn wants to make sure that the future is built on solid foundations. Okay, so this is really about, you're very nurturing, you're very process driven. You probably, resonate with the travel industry, or you might like banking, finances, accounting, that type of thing. So they're quite practical, good money managers, yeah, they're just beautiful, independent people as well. There's a great deal of independence that comes through from the 8. They're organized and they love to be in control. So you're somebody who likes, exploring, expanding. You like to, be independent as well. Now this year, Jasmine, you are you're in a 9, 10. You're in a 1, so it's fresh new energy coming in for you because we travel in 9-year cycles. You're in a 1, so it's like almost like the end of the old chapter's gone now, and this fresh new energy is coming in. So it's almost like you might want to be moving house or changing jobs or changing relationships this year, Jasmine. So expect all of the above and so much more. There you go. So Mary Preston says, despite me being a Capricorn, I'm total romantic and lovey-dovey too. Mary, there you go. So yeah, it's not just Librans who like romance and stuff like that. So Jasmine, hopefully you enjoyed those insights, guys. If you're enjoying today's session, please like the video and also remember to subscribe to my channel and click the bell for future notifications if you haven't already done so as well, because I'm live every single Friday between 9 and 10 Western Standard Time on this channel doing these readings. So share this with your friends and your family and let's get the party started. And I'm going to be doing as many readings as I possibly can for you guys today. So hopefully that made sense. Now, Matt, are you still there? Matt Santi, I'm looking at you next. I'm looking at you, Matt. Are you there? Matt, I'll have a look at yours next. So let's have a look and see there. So Mary Preston, what's your starseed origins? Says gender fluid druid. Exactly. We've all got these beautiful starseed traits and alignments. And actually, our soul aligns after it left source consciousness to one starseed origin, one star system in particular. I'm an Andromedan, but I've also gone through the Arcturus and Speaker Gateway. So I've got like these characteristics that I connect with and resonate with. Some people only have one. Like I do so many different charts, and I've actually like several that I did last week where there was only one main influence, like the Pleiades or Orion, for example. And it's great to find out who you are connected with, because then you can start communicating with your star families through your meditations or through being mindful. So a lot of the work that I do is I create reports for people. So they're a 15-page handcrafted report where it looks at all of the influences of your colors, your numbers, and your starry origins, puts it all together in a report for only 39 Australian dollars. Now that's on special until the end of June. So make sure you get in with those. There's a link underneath the video if you want to get one of those. So fantastic. So we've got Spaz Productions, Corey as well. Matt, you're still there. Fantastic. And what about Sabisos? Are you still there? Did you enjoy your reading? Did that make sense for you? Please leave a few comments and let me know what you thought of that. That would be awesome. So Matt Santi, we're with you now. Matt. I wish I knew more about me, says Spaz Productions. I love the name of your production company, Spaz Productions. That's epic, isn't it? So gender fluid druid says, I kind of identify with my elf too, by the way. Wow. Okay, that sounds pretty awesome. Excellent. All right, so let's have a look. We're going to go through now, and we're having a look at Matt. Okay, so Matt, your date of birth is December the 10th, 1983. Okay, so Matt, December the 10th. Okay, so you're the 10th of the 12th, 1983. Brilliant. Okay, so let's have a look, Matt. All right, so you've got 3 ones, you got a 9, you got an 8, you got a 3, you've got a 2. Brilliant. Okay, so you've got 2 arrows, 1 positive and 1 negative. You're a day number 10, and you're a ruling number 9, 10, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23, 24, 25. You're a ruling 7. All right, so this is yours here. Lovely. Okay, so what we can see here, Matt, is that you are a day number 10 person and a ruling 7. So again, a bit like Sabisos earlier on, you've got this influence of Neptune, which is your major influence, which is that connection with Atlantis, you know, that beautiful sort of mythical city that was allegedly mythical, but was real, really, wasn't it? We all know that. It's that, you know, that advanced technology. You know, this is somebody who's connected to Aquarian energy. You like to explore the deeper meaning behind life. You like to learn through your own experience, and you're here as a spiritual teacher. So it's Neptune is the Roman god of the sea. It's that beautiful sort of mysteries, miracles, magic, and faith that steps in with that. Hiya, DB. Nice to see you. Okay, so that's your ruling number, which is your main influence. Your day number influence is the Wheel of Fortune, which is very Egyptian. So you've got past life connections with ancient Egypt, which is gold over olive. So what we can see there is this bottle is the leader, but this is a soft feminine leadership skill. All right, so it's different to the one energy is more ego driven, whereas this is more authentic power and wisdom with a soft feminine power that can never be abused. So you are very adaptable. You're a very adaptable person. You can put you into any situation. You do like to keep your friendships and things like that a little bit superficial. You don't want people knowing exactly what's going on for you emotionally, but you've probably got a few friends that you know you connect with. Now you are very independent. You like to be in control. You're a very nurturing guy as well. Now, you're a very left brain person, so you like to plan. So you've got what's called the arrow of the planner in your chart, so which is the 1, 2, and the 3. So this is where, you know, you like to have a tick list. So you're the sort of person that likes to know what's coming next. You're very process orientated, and you like to have a strategy. You also you've got the arrow of frustration as well. Now, This is the arrow where you have difficulties during your childhood. So it could be that your mum and dad didn't survive their relationship, and maybe they broke up, or maybe you felt like there was sibling rivalry or difficulties fitting in when you were a child. But this can also knock into difficulties within relationships as well, Matt. So there can be a little bit of struggle that comes in there as well. So you are a very intuitive guy. You've got a beautiful imagination. Again, you can be very, very chatty or very, very quiet. So you're one of the two there. So at the moment, you're in a personal year cycle 6, 7, 8. So you're stepping into your power this year as well, Matt. So this is where money will improve for you this year. You'll start becoming more independent this year. You'll notice that you'll feel like you want to get things done this year and really step into your own power. So it's a really great year for you. There you go. So there you go, Matt. So hopefully that made sense for you. Let me know in the comments section what you thought of that. Did you enjoy it? Did that make sense for you? So Jessica says, I always enjoy knowing about what's coming whenever possible. All right. So you're like that as well, are you, Jessica? That's really interesting. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to look at Spaz Productions. I love that name. It's hilarious. Mary Preston says, I'm Pleiadian Syrian and super close to my Pleiadian elf body. It's my favorite. Wow. There you go. So Jessica says, thanks. Starting a new job next month as a student midwife. So nurturing is pretty essential. I'd say so as well. Absolutely, Jasmine. That's so funny. There you go. So you are in alignment completely with your one energy there, aren't you? Which is great. So what's your real name, Spaz Productions? Now, guys, tell me, whereabouts in the world are you watching me from? Are you in America? Are you in Australia? Are you in England? Are you in Europe? Are you in Asia? Where are you? Let me know in the comments section. Let me know where you are, and it'd be interesting to find out a bit more about you. There you go. So Matt Santi says, yes, it made total sense. Thank you, Hayden. You're very welcome, Matt. I hope you're well. Excellent. There you go. Lakewood, Colorado, says Mary Preston. Wow, you're in Colorado. Beautiful. I absolutely love America. I've only ever been there once. I went to Philadelphia and New York and Washington when I did Camp Saginaw, which was back in 1996. Or no, sorry, 1993. I was there. So I was only 21 when I went to America, but I absolutely loved it. So your name is Corey. Okay. Gender fluid Jude, you're from Virginia in America. We've got DB from the Netherlands in Europe. Fantastic. Brooklyn, New York for Jessica. Ohio in the USA for Spaz Productions, or should I call you Corey now that we're on first name terms and all of that. Okay. Brittany Smith's in Sydney. Hiya, Brittany. Nice to see you. How are you going? Brilliant. Another Aussie here. Corey Mail. All right, that's lovely. Corey. Okay, so I'm with you now. Oh, hiya, cold as fire and hot as ice is here. What are you up to, Hayden, from Utah in the States? How are you doing, love? I'm great. I'm doing really good, actually. It's been an amazing week. We've just had the best week. We've sold so many places as well on our level 1 color therapy course as well on June the 21st. There's a massive group of people coming together. So it's absolutely brilliant. I finished writing the course content yesterday, and the booklet I've done is incredible to accompany the course. And it looks at the psychological and analytical meanings of 7 of the colors and gives you some amazing spiritual principles to live by as well. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. I'm super excited about doing that. It's going to be amazeballs. Jessica says, I've always wanted to see all the budgies in Australia. I love the budgies. Go green. Well, Jessica, there you go. The cat's out the bag there with the budgies. Are you talking about budgie smugglers by any chance? There you go. Someone please be my friend, says Gender Fluid Druid. Well, I'll be your friend. So there you go. Has anyone had their charts done yet from me? Please, if you have, leave a few comments below and let me know what you thought of your Starseed numerology reports, and also, how you found about your planetary alignments and your Starseed origins. How did you relate to the traits from the videos on my YouTube channel? Did that all make perfect sense for you? Jessica Dixon says, yay, congrats. All right, so Spaz Productions, I haven't forgotten about you, don't worry. Let's have a look. You're a her. Okay, so Corey is 7th, the 22nd of the 7th, 1988. 22nd of the 7th, 1988. Okay, so this will be an interesting chart to look at because you've got a lot of numbers on your emotional plane. So we're basically made up of 3 planes of existence: mental, emotional, and physical. And then we can tell from the numbers and the way they're positioned where our main influences are, whether we're mainly mental, emotional, or physical. So I'll show you on this one what I mean when I say that. Okay. Okay, so I think I've got everything in there. Yep, that's great. Okay, so you've got 2 arrows, one positive and one negative as well, Corey. So this is Corey's, these are Corey's influences. Can you see that? So, Corey, what we can see is you are a day number 22. And in Pythagorean numerology, which is the form of numerology that I teach, it's known as the 22/4. Okay, so there's 2 influences that we have to look at there, but the 22 is a master builder number fundamentally. So actually you're here for a spiritual purpose. And because it's got the influence of the 4 being a practical number on the physical plane, all right, so these numbers are physical, the 1, 4, and 7. The 2, 5, and 8 are emotional numbers, and the 3, 6, and 9 are mental numbers. All right, so it's mind plane, emotional plane, physical plane. So what we can see from that is that, you know, you've got the 4 sits on the physical plane. So you've got the influence of the builder as well as the spiritual leader. So you're very sensitive and intuitive. You love partnerships. You could almost be quite psychic as well. So you would resonate with animals, children, old people. You know, you feel that empathy. So you might even be empathic to a certain degree. You've got the influence of 2 8s there as well. Now the 8s are your independence, control, and organization. So you love to be in control of your life. You're very independent as well. And you've also got this beautiful nurturing quality about you as well. So you like to look after other people. Now, you've only got 1 1 and no 5, so you struggle to communicate how you feel a little bit, Corey. So sometimes there's a bit of a restriction around the throat chakra. The thyroid can maybe get imbalanced if this isn't dealt with. So sometimes you just, you know, because you don't know how you feel, sometimes you don't know how to express yourself in the right way. So really working with your blue or turquoise energy would be beneficial for you. Now, you've got what's called the arrow of activity there, which goes up the side. So you're always on the go, Corey, here, there, and everywhere, doing lots of different things. You like to be involved in so many different projects and ventures. And, you know, it's because you live on nervous energy. So for you, you're always kind of like buzzing around, and actually you need peaceful, quiet company around you to help you rebalance. And that would really help you out. You've also got this negative arrow up the center, the lack of the 4, 5, and 6, which is your arrow of frustration. So your mum and dad's relationship may be separated. Maybe that you felt like you had difficulties during your childhood that can knock on into your relationships in this life as well. So you can have difficulties in your adult relationships. So it might be that you find it difficult finding the right person, for example. Now, you're a ruling number 9, 10, 18, 19, 26, 26, 33, 35, 37. So you're a ruling number 10. All right. So you've got that beautiful ancient Egyptian wheel of fortune wisdom, you know, that gold and olive bottle that I showed you earlier on. So this is the bottle here. So it's gold over olive. Now these are Egyptian colors. Okay. So they relate to a past life in ancient Egypt, but you are a leader, but you rule with a very soft feminine power, Corey. So you've got this beautiful energy that can never be abused, authentic power, value, strength, confidence, and also this gorgeous kind of like soft feminine hope for a positive future as well. So it's a beautiful chart there. This leader, this spiritual leader that you've got the potential of stepping into if you so choose. So Spaz Productions, who's Corey, says, yup. So you agree with that, do you? Please leave a few comments below and let me know what you thought of that. It's a great chart, very strong chart, that one actually. So gender fluid druid says, oh my god, you're romantic too. God, hopeless romantic energy. There you go. That's right. We found you, my little elf friend, says DB. There you go. So Mary says, hey Corey, from your reading it sounds like we have a lot in common. Well, do you know what the interesting thing is, Mary? A lot of the people that watch my lives are all spiritual leaders. So you're all like wellnesspreneurs or spiritual leaders in some way that are being inspired to, you know, project your voice out onto the world, go global through like live streaming, going through YouTube or Facebook or whatever way that you can look at. So who else I'm going to do next? I want to look at somebody else next. So Corey, leave a few comments below and let me know what you thought of that. That would be Amazing. Excellent. So let's have a look. So who should I do next? Let's have a look. DB, what's your date of birth, DB? I'll have a look at that and we can have a look at your energy if you like. Mary Preston. Yeah, let's have a look at that as well. So let's have a look and see who else we've got in the room today. Is there anybody else here? Let's have a look. Gender fluid druid. B, I'm totally blushing and fangirling. I think I'm turning into a tomato. You're having your own dialogue, you guys, aren't you? DB. Okay, so we're with you there. Excellent. All right, so DB. Excellent. All right, so that's fabulous. 16th of August. DB. All right, so DB. All right. What's your real name? So you're the 16th of August, 1981. Right, brilliant. Now, remember, guys, if you want to have a personalized reading with me, then I'm offering those via Zoom as well, so I can do them all over the world. And that's where you get to choose colored bottles in relation to certain questions, such as where you at in your life right now? Pick a bottle. Where do you want to be? Pick a bottle. You know, what does your life look like if your current set of circumstances is resolved? Pick a bottle. What action steps do you need to take to get from where you are now to where you want to be? Pick a bottle or bottles. And what are your biggest challenges or obstacles? Pick a bottle. And then I read that over the course of an hour. I do some conscious and some subconscious work with you as well to help you let go of some old patterns, beliefs, and behaviors that are maybe no longer serving you, because it helps you bring your subconscious patterns to the forefront of your mind so you can release them through the realm of your heart. Excellent. All right, so we're with DB now. All right, so DB, let's have a look. So you got the 6 energy there as well, and you've got the 9, you got the 2 8s, and you got the 3 1s. Excellent. So DB, you have got what's called the arrow of the inquirer, which is the lack of the 7, 5, and 3. Now, this means that for anything new, you know, any new concepts or ideas, sometimes you can have to go through your own process of research before you take on board them, because you've got to you're a bit skeptical. All right, it's called the arrow of an inquirer for a reason. You can be a bit skeptical of new concepts, but when you get your own proof, you become like an avid convert. Again, you've got the 3 isolated ones, so sometimes you do tend to isolate yourself a little bit. You can either be the sort of person that's very, very quiet, DB, or again, in very popular company, you can be very vocal as well. So there's 2 very distinct types of people. It's often quite difficult to work out which one you are, but I'd say that you're probably fairly quiet because there's those three ones there, and because they're isolated, it often means that you isolate yourself, so your masculine energy kind of retreats. You are somebody who's very independent. You love to be in control of your own life, and you've got these beautiful nurturing aspects to your personality. You're very organized as well, so you've got this independence. You're very creative as well. Now, your day number is a 16, which is a 7, which is that Neptune energy, but also the 16 relates to the tower card in traditional tarot. So it often means that you have to let go of things in your life, or things have to break down like an explosion of old structures for you at certain parts of your life, so that you can learn through sacrifice. So sometimes it's a difficult way of doing it, but whatever you learn through that, it means that you can end up being a teacher. So DB, you would make a great teacher, and actually there's a creative influence that comes through there as well. So you're a 9, 10, 18, 19, 27, 28, 29, 34, 35. So you're a ruling number 8 as well. So the 8 energy is pretty big for you. So your energies are here. So it's your Neptunian energy and your Saturn energy. Saturn is your ruling number, and then your secondary influence is that 7. So it's the spiritual teacher, the leader, somebody who is, makes a good manager. You might relate to the travel industry or financing and accounting, but also you've got this ability to teach that as well. So when you bring those 2 elements together, there's a lot of wisdom in the 8 as well, because remember that violet connects to the crown chakra and turquoise the upper heart. So you're a heartfelt spiritual person who is beautiful as well. Okay. So there you go. So hopefully that made sense. All right. So you're in a personal year cycle 4, 8. So that's 8, 9, 10. You're in a 12, 8. You're in a 8, 8, 9, 10, and 12, 18, 19, You're in a 1. Okay, so you're actually in a personal year cycle 1 this year. So what that means for you is that it's fresh new energy coming in. So it's a great time for you to start thinking about moving house, changing jobs, or changing relationships as well, DB. So you go. I had the Tower card. Grr, lol. Oh, the 7 is beautiful. Definitely travel. There you go. Fantastic, DB. So let me know what your thoughts were. Did that make sense for you today? Hopefully it did. Brilliant. All right. So who should we have a look? Who should we have a look at next? Okay. So what I'm going to do is whoever puts their date of birth in the comments section next will get the next reading. Obviously, unless I've done a reading for you already. So cold as fire, hot as ice says, would you do mine, love, next, the 28th of March, 1981? Yes, I can. I'm going to do yours now. So what's your name again? Cold as fire, hot as ice. What's your name? If you give me your name, it makes it a lot easier. It's a bit more personal as well. And it's quite a mouthful saying cold as fire, hot as ice all the time. You know, that's like, don't you think it's a bit of a mouthful? There you go. So you're the 28th of March, 28th, January, February, March, 1981. Excellent. Now, guys, if you're watching this today and you've not subscribed to my channel already, please subscribe and click the bell for future notifications, okay? And like the video as well, because YouTube prioritizes videos that have been liked. So it helps me get my marvelous message out into the world and help as many people as I can. So please remember to like, and share as well. So share in your communities, share on your Facebook page, share in amongst your friends as well. And let's try and get this party started. It'd be really awesome. So DB says, thank you. I'm grateful for the insight. Yes, I am a lot at home. I'm autistic and can get tired of people. But when I'm in a crowd of familiar people, I can be a bit of an entertainer. Absolutely. See, that's the way the 3-1 people tend to manifest. So that's awesome. Excellent. Okie dokie. So we're with, I'm with you now. Okay. So cold as fire. There you go. Heather. It's Heather. All right. So Heather, we are with you, Heather. Lovely. All right. So we're doing Heather now. So Heather has got the 2 9s, a 1, a 3, a 2, an 8. 2 1s there. You've got this one and this one. Okay. Interesting. Okay. A lot of you guys have got very similar things going on here. So what we can see here is we've got the Heather has got the day number 10. She's a 9, 10, 19, 20, 23, 25, 33. Oh, beautiful. You're a 33, 6. Some of my favorite people. Yeah, some of my favorite people are 33 6s. Now, this is Venus energy. So this is actually, I'm going to show you what that looks like. Okay, so this is the main influence for Heather. Pink energy. All right. So Venus is the planet of love, harmony, balance in relationships, about unconditional love. So you're here, you know, with that beautiful creative energy. You love being creative within the community or at home. And, you know, you're very good with your hands. But remember, the opposite of creativity is destruction. So this is probably why you're called hot as fire and hot as ice and cold as fire, because it's almost like, you know, the 6 energy carries both of those, because the opposite of creativity is destruction. But you're here to master love, because yours 6 derives from a 33, which is another master number. And this is pink over rose pink. So rose pink is divine love and pale pink is unconditional love. So actually for you, you're here to master love. Not only, you know, to understand unconditional love towards yourself, but also for you to be able to understand that at more of a divine level as well. So you are absolutely beautiful. Now you are a day number 10 as well. So you are somebody who's very wise as well. Ancient Egyptian energy coming through as well. The day number 10, which is that soft, feminine, authentic power and wisdom. Look at that beautiful combination. Golden color therapy is authentic power, and olive green is connected with your soft feminine energy. So this is a beautiful soft feminine energy that can never be abused. So you're very adaptable as well. So you've got this adaptability about you. You're a leader, but you, again, you know, you can be a little bit superficial with people until you get to know them, and because you don't really want people knowing what's going on for you. All right. Excellent. Tabasco, did you get your reading? I did a reading for you earlier on. You didn't leave any comments. So let me know what you thought of that. Did it make sense for you? And if you haven't, if you went and came back in, then make sure you watch the video afterwards. And there's some great insights in there for you. Okay. Fantastic. So we look at yours, Heather. You're a bit of a humanitarian. So what we can see is like you've got these 2 9s. Now the I should go like that, like that. 2 9s. Now the 2 9s is your it's basically it's your wisdom. You know, the 9 carries the weight of all the numbers that go before it, but you're here to be of service. Okay, so you're very idealistic as well, and you're very ambitious too. You like to be in control too, so you've got the influence of the 8. You're very organized and determined as well. Now you've got the arrow of frustration, which again goes back to your childhood, and it's like, okay, so what difficulties did you have when you were growing up? Was it that your mum and dad's relationship didn't survive? Do you have issues within your relationships in your adult life now because of that? These are the things that manifest with the arrow of frustration. You've got no 5, you see. So even though you're a good talker and a good listener, you don't know how you feel, so you can react to emotional situations instead of responding to them. You've also got the arrow of the planner, which is the left brain. You like to know what's coming next. All right. So this is you know, you really want to know, you know, what's coming up for you next. You want a tick list. You're a planner. You like a strategy. You're very process driven. You're left brained, your imagination and memory, and your intuition is very well balanced. So you've got really great, reliable gut instinct. So trust your feminine energy. It's absolutely spot on. So you're in a personal year cycle 7, 7, 8, 9, 10, 17. You're in an 8. So again, quite a few of you who are in here today with in a personal year cycle 8, which is where you step into your power. It's where you step into your independence, and it's where you start, you know, really activating abundance as well, because new money's come in, fresh new waves of money. So you can find that things start improving for you financially during your personal year cycle 8 as well. Excellent. Okay, so Mary Preston, I'm going to do you next. Absolutely, you've been waiting there patiently, haven't you? Excellent. Okay, so let's have a look. So let's have a look at yours, Mary Preston. There you go. There you go. So cold as fire, hot as I said, really tough childhood. I raised myself basically. Wow. Well, this is why you're such an amazing person now, you see, because you're here to master love. And it's often, you know, learning to love yourself first. I like my ducks in a row. I love to give as well. Just opened my YouTube in April. So that's cool. Fantastic. There you go. That's awesome news. Well done, you. I love it. Now, remember, guys, if you're watching this today and you're really intrigued by what I'm doing, I also teach it as well. So I teach numerology via Zoom, level 1 numerology, which looks at all of this stuff. So you can start doing this yourself. So you might want to do something like this on your own YouTube channel, for example. I also offer the reports as well, with the Starseed numerology reports, where I look at your starseed origins and exactly which planetary system you've come from based around where your sun is in your birth chart. And I look at all of your numerology influences, including your soul urge, which is your soul's deepest yearning about why it came to the planet and what it came here to do. How you're perceived by the outside world as well, you know, in your outer expression number. And then I also look at all of your color influences associated with the most important waves of information from your chart. So that means that you can really learn about the psychology of color in your 15-page handcrafted, it's not computer generated report. They're only $39 as well at the moment and throughout the whole of June. And there's a link underneath if you want one. Okay, so fantastic. Let's have a look. Druid, I don't have a Snapchat, but I do have IG D16B. There you go. Fantastic. It's nice that you're all sharing your beautiful energy amongst each other here today. That's awesome. And that's what it's all about, really. It's about making friends, meeting like-minded people, and having some fun in amongst ourselves. Because if you're here, you know, the chances are you are a starseed and you're an empath. You're very intuitive and you're very, very sensitive. So like-minded people tend to stick together and make great friends. So it's awesome that you're all interacting with each other. Hiya, Mark. Nice to see you. So it's Mark Passamonte. Hi, how are you today? Brilliant to see you here in the Dreamtime Healing Room. Hopefully I'll get to you with your birth chart in just a second, Mark. So leave your date of birth and we'll have a look at that after I've done Mary Preston's. All right, so Mary Preston, what's your date of birth again, Mary? Oh, there we go. You're the first of the 4th. So you're the 1st of the 4th, 1988. Excellent. All right, the 1st of the 4th, 1988. Brilliant. So you got the 2 8s, you got the 9, you got the 2 1s, you got the 4. Okay, so brilliant. It's quite an easy chart to draw out, that one, actually, Mary. So we're with Mary, and you're a day number 1. Mary is a day number 1. You're a ruling number 9, 10, 18, 19, 26, 31. You're a 4, ruling number 4. There you go. Sending you all lots of love and light, gender fluid druid, sending hearts and planets. Excellent. Okay, so Mary, you've got Uranus energy as your ruling number. Now, Uranus is the planet of the future, and this is the bottle that represents Uranus in the color mirror system. So it is yellow over a very deep turquoise. Now, this is an interesting bottle because when you hold up against the light, the deep turquoise in the lower fragment turns red. So this is where you have to expect the unexpected, and we have to with Uranus energy. If you think about it, we're in a universal year cycle for this year because we're in 2020. It's change and disruption of old order. This is what's happening at the moment. So this is for you as well. So you are very practical. Your 4 is on the physical plane. So you like active participation in life. You're probably quite good with your hands, you know, so you're quite a practical person. But again, you know, you have to, in order to be able to clear the way and pave the way for the golden age of Aquarius, you have to let go of anything that's no longer serving you throughout the course of your life. So it's like whatever you build up, sometimes you have to let that go, and it has to be destroyed to be able to be rebuilt. So the 4 is that practical energy. So for you, you're very good physically. So, you know, if you're working within wellness or you're aligned to that, you know, then it would be more the physical arts, like things like yoga or qigong or massage, things like that would be more you. You've got the 2 8s. Now the 8 is again is this very, very controlling energy that likes to be in control. It's very independent and organized as well. So the 8 is very wise too. It's got that spiritual inclination, but it's also very nurturing. It loves to nurture. It wants to look after people. I'm married to a ruling number 8, and he looks after everybody and always puts everybody else first. So, you know, he cooks me amazing food, you know, and he makes sure that the house is always immaculate. And he's just a very loving guy, and he always puts other people's needs before himself. So you've got this energy as well. You know, you've got that in spades in your chart. And actually very, very organized. Now, your verbal communication skill is excellent. You're a great listener as well as being a great talker. I'd say you need to develop your feminine energy a little bit, Mary. So maybe doing meditations or opening up your psychic gateway in some way, maybe connecting up to your starry family would be really beneficial for you. Also, there's no 3 or 6. So actually your imagination and your creativity could do with being stimulated as well. So really opening your heart as well could be beneficial for you as well. So you're in a personal year cycle 9 this year. So you're coming to the end of a cycle. That's what's happening for you. So don't make any major decisions this year. Wait until next year to move house, change jobs, or change relationships. Don't try and do it this year, Mary, okay? That's really, really important. All right? Excellent. So hopefully that made sense for you. Spaz Production says, Mary, I'm in Canton, Ohio. There you go. Fantastic. There you go. So there's lots of you that are all in the same area. Okay, so who should we do next? Mark, if you want to leave me your details, leave your date of birth in the comments section. I'll have a look at yours today as well. Who else have we got here that hasn't had a reading today that really, really wants one, has been really patient? Let me know, and you can put your details in the comments section below, and I'll try and get through as many of you as I possibly can today. All right, with these little insights, this is a very, very basic reading, really. They're based around just your date of birth. There's so many more influences that we can look at. We can look at your peak years of maturity as well, which come up, you know, actually at certain points in your life. You reach your first peak year of maturity when you take your ruling number away from magical number 36. 36 in numerology is a really special number because it's 6 times 6, and 6 is about love times love, or creation times creation. So it's a great way, and we can work out, you know, you go through 4 peak years during the course of your life, and each one of those influences carries a weight for 9 years in your chart. So we can find out exactly what's due to come up for you in your life. So it's very, very accurate for predictive stuff as well. It's really incredible. Excellent. So Mark says, I'm ordering a full reading. Fantastic. I'm absolutely delighted. That'll be fantastic. So gender fluid druid says, Gender fluid druid has been waiting. You have as well, gender fluid druid. But didn't I do yours last week? I'm just trying to remember if I did yours last week or not. But if I didn't, then feel free to leave one of your nearest and dearest, and I can take a look at their chart for you. Since you've been waiting there really, really patiently, that would be amazing. Anybody else who wants a reading? Hopefully I have a PayPal account by next week. So you're getting your Starseed report. There you go. So it's interesting. Actually, you don't need to have a PayPal account to be able to order a report. So if you send me an email, there are other methods of payment as well. So don't worry if that's what's stopping you. All right. I've got a Square terminal, so I can take transactions quite easily. Yes, I'm pretty well set up here. We've been going there for 4 years. I've never had one done, says SJW. You've never had yours done, gender fluid druid? I thought I did yours last week. Oh my God. Okay, so let's have a look then. March the 29th, 1999. I'm looking at yours, gender fluid druid now. Okay, fantastic. Can you give me your name again? Because I can't remember it from last week. But I was sure I did a report for you this week, gender fluid druid, because didn't you ask me last week if I'd be your dad? And I had to say no, because I don't want any karma. Samantha, I'll have a look at yours as well. Reiki with Heather. Hello, first time here. Brilliant. I'm curious. Oh, I love it. Welcome, Heather. Lovely to see you. And you're a Reiki master, are you? A Reiki practitioner? That's awesome. Welcome. Welcome to you. That's lovely. Ah, there you go. Fantastic. Lovely. Okay, so March the 29th, 1999. Okay, so the 29th, January, February, March, 1999. I love that year. I really love that. Your Nathan is your legal name. All right, Nathan. Fantastic. Okay, you say legal name. So are you in the process of changing your name? Because it'd be interesting to do your chart, actually, if you have your name, your legal name now, and what you're changing it to, because it will change the dynamic of your energy moving forward in your life. So it could be quite interesting to look at, you know, the juxtaposition between those two, which would be really, really amazing to look at. And so gender fluid druid does Reiki as well. Brilliant. You're all Reiki people. Fantastic. I love Reiki. I've been doing Reiki now for, well, since I was 26 years old. So I'm a Reiki master now, teach Reiki as well. And I absolutely love it. It's such a gentle way of being able to reconnect. It's beautiful. So awesome that there's so many beautiful Reiki teachers and Reiki practitioners here with me today. Absolutely delighted. Wow, you've got loads of nines. Ooh, you're special. Love it, Nathan. Okay, so let's have a look. And I think you'll all find this one quite interesting. Now, Nathan, what you can see here is we've got these two arrows. Now, these two arrows, have you noticed, have been coming up quite a lot today? It's the arrow of the planner, which is the one which means that you like to know what's coming next. You're a tick list person, strategy, process driven, left brain there. Then you've also got the arrow of frustration, which is like your mum and dad's relationship maybe didn't survive. It could be that, you know, there was sibling rivalry or difficulties during childhood for you, and it can knock on into difficulties in relationships for you. Now, you've also got all those nines. Now, the 9 is wisdom. So you're very, very wise. But it can also lead to autism or ADHD or things like that when there's all those 9s. And because they're isolated, it means that you're either hyper ambitious, like overly ambitious, or overly idealistic. You might see the world through rose-colored spectacles, but 9 is Mars energy. Mars is fire. So for you, you know, anger can come up for you as well if it's not dealt with properly. And for you, you know, you struggle to communicate how you're feeling. So you don't know how you're feeling, so you can react to emotional situations. So you've got to learn how to do and say what needs doing and saying instead of getting angry and frustrated. It's really important you to listen to that, because, you know, for you, you are here to be of service. You're here to be of service to people. You are the archetypal humanitarian. You know, I can see you in the future going off and volunteering and helping people that are less fortunate than yourself. You've got beautiful intuition and sensitivity, but actually for you, oh my God, you know, you've chosen a really, really difficult life. You know, you've really chosen a hard path in your life. You've got the 29, which is your day number. Now, this is called Grace Under Pressure, which is an 11. So it's a spiritual number. You're here to guide humanity forward in some way, but your soul has chosen a very difficult transition through life so that your soul can evolve. All right. So don't worry that, if you do get more than most people thrown at you, it's because your soul has chosen to evolve during this lifetime, and you need to let go of the guilt. Quite frankly, you've got to let go of that guilt, that underlying feeling that you're not perfect, that you've gone against, God or whatever it is that you believe in. So, it's very important. You're a 9, 10, 9, 10, 9, 10, 19, 28, 29, 30, 31, sorry, 9, 10, 19, 28, 29, 30, 31, 33, 43, 42. You're a 6. All right, so your beautiful 6 energy there. There you go. So gender fluid druid, otherwise known as Nathan, says, oh my freaking cheese. This is so accurate. It is accurate. You see, numerology never lies. Okay, people lie, people cheat, people steal, people bullshit. But numerology, numbers doesn't, because it's based on sacred geometry, which is the truth of who we are. It's energy. So we're just reading energy here, okay? So there's no room for ego to slip in and go, oh, well, I'll just make a little bit of shit up and throw that at him. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, this is the truth, all right? So this is what we've got to remember. I have been extremely suicidal lately and trying to be my best to be cutting cords and calmer. And all I do is cry lately. Well, that's great. Crying is actually a really important thing to do. Now, you're here all about love. All right. Your ruling number is Venus. So you're a very loving person. You probably find that your love sometimes is quite unrequited, and you can fall into the role of the victim. See, the victim is the suicidal person, the person who wants to, do themselves in. It's like, it's like that whole notion of like, oh, well, if nobody loves me, then I might as well kill myself. That sort of feeling. That's your pink energy in negative form. You've got to learn to love and accept yourself unconditionally, okay? Really love every aspect of yourself. So start by remembering all those beautiful things about yourself that you truly love on a day-to-day basis, and keep reminding yourself of that, okay? Because you will be fine. Everything will be fine. Me too. We all hope you feel better soon. Like, we're all sending you lots of love and light to be able to help you get through this, because, the thing is that your soul has chosen this path. You can get through this. This is a very quick soul evolution during this lifetime for you. And it might be that you might not need to come back afterwards. All right. You've got a lot of wisdom already, but you need to stay strong, because you're going to help other people go through the same process that you've been through yourself one day. But you've got to open up. You've got to start opening up about how you're feeling instead of suppressing it. Okay. So Samantha says, gender, step up your shielding. This energy is smacking us upside down the head. Honestly, especially highly empathic folk. Absolutely. Tabitha Coyd says, here for you. Absolutely, Tabitha. Fantastic. Mr. Rogers, love you. And I love all of you. There you go. That's brilliant. Absolutely. I'm a bit suicidal, but that's because I'm tired of this planet and dimension. Not that people not love me. Absolutely. Yeah, no, it can be either or. It's not always about people not loving you. It could be that you're just sick of the vibration here, watching all the rubbish that's going on around us. But, we are here for a reason. We're here to raise the vibration of the planet. You can't give up on it now. The planet needs us more than any other time in history. So, really, you need to start looking at why you're here and just start trying to find ways of looking for things that make you feel good, because that's where it all starts. Okay. So it's a step-by-step process, and Rome wasn't built in a day, but you've just got to start, really just, taking baby steps towards that. So Mark says, I agree about the negative energy. It's oppressive, but good thing that it can reverse it with focused intention, because it is working both ways. Well said, Mark. Absolutely. What he said is great. It is, we've got a choice. We can either choose to live positively, or we can choose to live negatively. We can choose to align with new earth energy, or we can live in fear and love. It's your choice. And actually for you, Nathan, you've come here to be love. This is your choice. You're a very creative person, creative at home. You love the home. Your family is very important to you. It was devastating maybe when your mum and dad's relationship separated, or whatever that went on within your family. And of course for you, you know, you are here to be of service, you know. So hopefully that's made sense for you. Anyway, leave a few comments below and let me know what you thought of that today. So we're going to look at yours, Samantha, now, are we? Let's have a look at Samantha's next. So what's your name? SJW. What's your date of birth again? Put your date of birth in there and we can have a little look at it. All right, there you go. So I'll just tough it out, says DB. I'm a Leo and a Chinese metal rooster. You can tough it out. Just tough it out. You're an indigo. Indigos, you know, the first wave of indigos had it tough. They really did. Be Lovely says, that's why we're here, to be way showers to others. You've got it, Be Lovely. That's exactly what we're here to do. You know, that's literally our purpose. Our purpose is to do that, is to keep sharing and keep giving as much as we possibly can, where we can, because we've got to help raise the vibration of the planet. Okay, so Samantha, we're looking at you, kid. Okay, so Samantha, May the 4th. Okay, so January, February, March, April, May, the 4th of the 5th night. So you're is that Taurian, isn't it? Ruled by Venus as well. Ruled by Venus as well, Samantha. So you feel things very intensely. So you don't want to be getting into arguments before you eat because it will affect your digestive system. All right. So nice soothing chamomile tea before you eat. It will really help with your digestion. You have got the 9 there. You've got the 1 there. Very determined lady. Day number 4, very practical. Okay, so you've got that Uranus energy, that planet of the future. You're good with your hands. You know, you like to be practically participating in life. That's really important for you. When you set a goal for yourself, Samantha, you'll see it through to finality because you've got this 1, 5, and 9 energy, which is your arrow of determination. You feel things very intensely. Your 2 5s in the center of your emotional plane. You know how you feel. You feel things very intensely, though. You're also very independent, organized, very organized person, actually. But you can struggle sometimes to communicate how you feel, even though you know how you feel. There is a restriction around your throat. All right. So your masculine energy. Very kinesthetic. Yes, that's right. So you're a 9, 10, 18, 19, 23, 28, 29, 32. So you're a 5. You don't want to feel restricted in your life. So your main influence is mercurial energy. So I'm going to show you your 2 influence bottles. The 5, which is Mercury, which is green over green, which means that you're a traveler. You like to explore different cultures, places, people. You've got to be able to express yourself. It's communications, versatility is important for you. It's about, you know, letting go of old masks. And if any part of you wants to hide, it will make life very difficult for you. So you've really got to get yourself out there, but you don't want to be told what to do. So it'd be quite difficult for you to work for an employer because you won't want to be told what to do. Now, also, you know, it's about change and disruption of old order. So you're somebody who could actually feel that sense of freedom by doing. All right. You're a doing person. And this is your Uranus energy, which is yellow, which is about joy, but also about fear in color therapy. And this turquoise, deep turquoise energy, which is kind of like that underlying sort of disruption, you know, that sort of bubbling, sort of like it can almost manifest sometimes as an explosion of energy or a disruption of ways of being. Okay, so you're in a personal year cycle 9, 10, 13. So you're in a 4 this year. So you're actually aligning with the universal energies. So for you this year, it's all about change and disruption of old order. So we've noticed what's happening on the planet during a universal year cycle 4, haven't we? Change everywhere, disruption of old order. You know, everything's breaking down around us, like new world order beckons in the future. You're going through that within your own personal life as well, Samantha. So lots of change around you at the moment, and that's paving a way for a new and better future for yourself. You're a very independent person, and yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful energy. So hopefully that made sense for you. Just those little quick insights and give you a little taster of what's yet to come. Let me know what you thought. Okay, that would be awesome. So you say you're very kinesthetic. Reiki with Heather says, this is so interesting. Would you do mine? Yes, of course I will. I certainly will do one for you. SJW's chuckling. What are you chuckling at there? Is it chuckle? Is it so accurate? Mary Preston says, I've been feeling trapped in my body because I know in my other bodies, I've felt more love from others, from my other families. Plus, I've been in so much in tune, like I feel like I don't belong in this body. Yeah, loads of people are feeling like that, Mary. It's almost like they don't resonate with their physical body anymore because they know that multidimensionally they exist across multiple planes of existence, and they're feeling more love there. So yeah, that it can make the physical body painful. dense and everything like that. So if you're feeling like that, you might want to consider doing one of my cosmic consciousness consultations, which help you to align with your star family and step into their light bodies so that you can feel that deep connection with your soul family. And it can often help you become and integrate and anchor yourself within your physical body on this plane, because this is why we're here. So we've got to get used to it. We are human beings living out a three-dimensional physical experience despite what else is happening. Okay, so there you go. So excellent insights indeed, says Samantha. Change needed globally and personally as well. Be Lovely says, I came in a bit late, but if there's time, I can be added to the queue. September the 15th, 1985. Absolutely, Be Lovely. So I'll have a look at you, Heather, and we'll have a look at you as well. Excellent. What's your name, Be Lovely? What's your real name? Okay, so let's have a look. We're going to do Heather next. Heather, Reiki with Heather. So tell me more. What are you doing, Heather? Whereabouts, and what have you been a Reiki teacher for? Are you a Reiki practitioner? Have you got a wellness business? Let us know. What tribes uniting together? Absolutely, Samantha, you're absolutely right there. So Heather, 26th of January, 1980. Excellent. All right, so we're just doing some quick insights for you today, Heather, based around your date of birth. Now remember, from this, if it inspires you, there is a report available for you for only 39 Australian dollars, and that is where you get all of your information analyzed, your name, your living name, which is the name that you like to go by, not necessarily the name you're born with. I look at your soul urge number, your outer expression number, and all of the influences from your birth chart, your peak years of maturity, your color influences, and your starseed purpose and origin. Wow, it's incredible. So at the moment, this is just a little insight for you. So I just want to show you what this looks like. So we got the 6 energy there as well. You got the 2, you've got the 8, 2 ones, you got the 2, you got that. Wow. Okay, so you've got 1 arrow there. So you're a day number 8, Heather. Okay, so I'll tell you what that means. You're a ruling number 9, 10, 18, 19. 25, 26, 27. You're a ruling 9 like me. Great. We've only had 1 ruling 9 in here. There you go. Mary says, if I ground, will that mean I would lose my other family? And can you repeat what I need to do again? I've been sensing some of my other family feelings a lot and seeing them in flashes throughout my day. Absolutely. We'll cover off all of that. Yep. Compassion and clarity to all for all of your loving energy. Absolutely. Oh, that's awesome. There you go. So you're a master practitioner, still work in a corporate job too. I did that for a while as well. Yeah, no, it's an interesting one actually, sort of that transition where you want to kind of move out into just running a holistic business, but you're still kind of doing the 3D, sort of workaday corporate stuff as well. All right, so this one's for you. Okay, so there you go. So we've got this chart here for Heather, 26th of the 1st, 1980. So straight away, what we can see is that she's a day number 8 and a ruling number 9. Now the 9 energy, this is me as well, right? So I'm a ruling 9. So the 9, remember, is much better suited to celestial work than to corporate work. Okay. So, it took me years to find that one out. All right. So this is like your red energy in the conscious mind, which can sometimes result in anger, and the orange, which is shock, abuse, and trauma underneath. So it's fire energy. Mars is fire energy. So for you, you've got to communicate how you feel. So make sure you express how you feel instead of being meek, mild, and getting angry and frustrated. Now you're very wise. So you make a great counselor as well as a great healer. 9 carries the weight of all the numbers that go before it. So it's very wise. It's very ambitious, but it can be very idealistic as well, and see the world through rose-colored spectacles. So we've got this 9 energy there. So you are a healer fundamentally. Now you're a day number 8 person, so you're also very independent. You have got this recognition and this knowing that your future needs to be built on solid foundations, Heather, as well. So this is why, you kind of like, you both, like, for example, for me, I worked in IT recruitment and business management for about 15 years. But at the back of my mind, I was still like, I want to do my celestial work full time. But, you know, it took me ages to let go of those old patterns, beliefs and behaviors from my father and mother that kept me doing something I didn't want to do. So, you know, this is for you. So you've got this kind of like practical aspect of your 8 as well, which is, you know, your sort of more logical sort of side. You're more organized, your manager, you know, so you are a manager, you know, somebody who can manage people, and you're probably attracted by either, you know, finances or accounting or even the travel industry are usual occupations that ruling 8 people find themselves in. So you are very nurturing as well. So you like to look after people and help people as well. So partnerships can sometimes come up for you, you know, like codependency in relationships sometimes need to be looked at for you. You can be a little bit skeptical, Heather, of new, you know, new concepts and ideas until you've got your own proof. But once you've got your own proof, you become like an avid convert. So this is when you start, you know, shouting from the rooftops, I believe this, you know, you need to get into this. This is so interesting, so true, you know, and the truth prevails. So, but you have to go through that process of research before you go into that. Now, you are naturally very intuitive. You've got perfectly balanced intuition. You've got great gut instinct. So when you first meet people, you either like them or you don't like them, and you're usually right, you know. So if you don't like someone, trust it, because they'll let you down otherwise in the future if you don't. Your communication skills are great. You're an amazing communicator as well as being a great listener. But again, you struggle to know how you feel, so you can react to emotional situations. So really for you, it's about putting in your heart energy. You're in a year cycle 5, 11, you're in a 4 this year. So you're also aligned to the universal year cycle 4, which is, you know, connected with it's actually a trough year in your personal year, you know, where things might not feel like they're moving forward very quickly, and sometimes your body needs to rehabilitate so it's got enough energy to be able to carry on through the remains of your 9-year cycle. So sometimes, you know, you can feel a bit stifled during your personal year cycle 4, or change and disruption of old order can come in. Okay, so there you go. So Reiki Heather says, wow, amazingly accurate. There you go. It is accurate. It is extremely accurate. It never lies. You know, people lie, but numerology tells the truth. And that's why you can rely on it. And this is why, like, I use numerology in all of my wellness consultations as the first point of call, because it helps me. It gives me a snapshot of what's going on for somebody mentally, emotionally, and physically. And so I can understand what they need for rebalancing, and I can facilitate that process of awakening and release that maybe needs to take place. So I'm getting amazing results with all of my clients all over the world at the moment. I use a deep hypnotic technique that was developed from Carl Jung and Brandon Bays as well. So it takes you on a journey of release and discovery, because I know where people hide things. So I've been doing this with thousands of clients now over the last 4 years, and I can really help give you a massive shift in consciousness and awareness. Now, guys, if you haven't liked my channel already, please like this video, like the channel, subscribe to the channel, click the bell for future notifications as well. Now then, we have got another one, haven't we? That will be lovely, Rebecca. All right, Becky. Well, that's my sister's name. My sister's called Becky, but she was called Becky for all of her life. And then, like, over the last few years, because I think she had a soul transfer, she now goes by her full name, Rebecca. So she prefers to be called Rebecca now that she's an adult, you know. So she just turned 50. And but yeah, we called her Becky like ever since I was a kid. We always called my sister Becky. So what's your date of birth then? Let's have a look. We'll have a look and see if did you leave it for me? Where is it, Becky? Did you do it? Did you leave your date of birth? If you give me oh, there it is. The 15th of September, 1985. The 15th of September, 1985. That was a great year. I loved 1985. It was one of my best years. I remember going to my grand's house every Saturday night and watching TV with her in 1985, and she always used to make me some nice dinner, and then I used to sleep on the sofa cushions in her bedroom. She was a great gran. She was. Well, she wasn't a great gran. She was my gran. I did have a great gran as well. She was called Gran. I'm sure we've all got grans or had grans. Aren't they just the best thing in the world? Okay, so you, Rebecca, you are a day number 6 person. You're a ruling number 9, 10, 18, 19, 23, 19, 18, 23, 32, 37, 38, 38. And 11. Wow, you're a ruling 11. Great. I love this. You've got an awesome chart. Okay, so you are a ruling number 11. So the 11s, there's less 11 people and ruling 22 people than any other numbers, believe it or not. So what that means is that you're here to guide humanity forward. All right. So you have to go through a process yourself because it's duality in the color mirror system. So it's black and white, so it's like looking at, shining a light into your shadows, and you can help people do the same thing. So, you are somebody who is very sensitive, very psychic, very intuitive, and actually you're here all about love because you're day number 6. You're very creative. You love being creative at home, creative within the community, like community-based projects. But remember, you've got to live positively, because if you live negatively, you could be prone to worry and anxiety or destructive patterns and cycles. You like to be in control. You're very organized and very independent as well. And actually, you're here to be of service. So you're very ambitious and very idealistic as well. Actually, you've got great persistence and determination to get things done in your life as well, haven't you? So you've got that arrow of persistence, which means that you're like a dog with a bone. So, when you get an idea or you've got like a project that you want to get done, you will see that through to finality, no problem. You've got that sort of grit and determination to do those things. Your communication skills are excellent. You know how you feel. You're able to articulate that very, very well. And you're a great listener as well. So you're a very beautiful person, very balanced and harmonious, and I actually feel like you're here to help people learn to love themselves. That's what I feel like you'd be good at doing. Now, a lot of ruling 11 people don't ever step up and live their full purpose. What they do is they can kind of shy away from it a little bit because they don't have that sort of 4 practical energy like the 22 over 4s do to guide humanity forward. So they can sometimes be a bit passive, or they prefer to be like the PA to the boss. And it's that kind of energy, but they have to look at, it's their last look of issues of duality in their life. So, you've got to move out of judgment of yourself and of God and of other people, because when you judge people, you're in separation. And that's what the 1 and the 1 are in the ruling 11s. Okay. So yeah, did that make sense for you? Hopefully it did. There you go. There you go. Fantastic. Well, hopefully that's made sense for you today. Brilliant. Leave a few comments below. Let me know what your thoughts and feelings are. Remember, guys, I'm back every single Friday between 9 and 10 Western Standard Time. Bring in your friends and family next time. Let's get a really big group of us going and have some fun. Share some insights, share some knowledge, share some wisdom, talk about Starseed stuff. Be here to support each other. It's going to be awesome. Can't wait to see you next time. I'm going to be loving and leaving you now. I've got a client at 10:30. So all the best to you, and see you very soon. Lots of love, everyone. Sending love. Bye. Bye for now. Bye.